Hi everyone, Sean here from Wilson Prop Trade, and just back with another trade diary. So yesterday was not the best day. It was extremely, let's just say, distracted. Ended up finishing off the day with $230 profit, which is, I guess, a 0.2% return. Yeah, 0.23% return. So. Yeah, not massively successful, but we'll have a look at what went into it, why I made trade decisions the way I did, and why I wasn't as successful as what I could have been. So first up, we're going to have a look at Euro Aussie. Mixture of buys and sells on this one. So I'll just go to my chart and drag and drop these in. Alright, so these are all the Euro Aussie trades, and this one here. Okay, so Euro Aussie, it was pretty much a great way to trade right off the bat. We're above the AO here, blue lines just screaming buy. So on the 15-minute chart, you can pretty much look for a pullback anytime. You go into the buy, you get red candles. You can jump in here and ride it up. For me, I wasn't really managing each of the trades 100% correctly, but yeah, just trading a little bit, just trading a bit strangely yesterday, sort of losing sight of what it was that makes the trading successful, and yeah, so this. That's about 9 pips or so there. As soon as it switches to the red, been doing something where I wait for it to switch over to red on the sell line, and then go in and sell straight away. And yeah, could have stayed in for about 20 pips per trade there, which would have been fine, and that took me through to 15:45. So what is that? That's 15 plus 7. That's 10 p.m. 10:45 p.m. Aussie time. So yeah, look, but that's all right. You have a crack and you do what you can. Okay, Euro Sterling signals basically just went straight to sell. I thought, okay, we're getting in on the sell here. Again, this is a great way to trade. You've got gold line moving down, you've got red line moving down, you've got all red here, you're below the AO, so now you're looking for the pullback. Got in at the pullback here, and then jumped out. Oh my goodness. At 15 o'clock again, so what's that? That's 10 o'clock. Yeah, I just wasn't feeling the trading last night. I didn't really want to make money. It's strange how that works, hey, this psychology. But yeah, got in and did the 3 pips, and could have done 16 or so. Just a real strange way of trading. And if we come down to here, 15:45, 16. Yeah, if you stick it out to 10:45, 11, then great, have at it. Yeah, just real strange. This time here, the 10:30, so that's like 10 plus 7, that's 1700 hours. Yeah, that 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. area in Brisbane time, which is like, that's 2 hours before the London Open. I think London Open's at 7 p.m. Brisbane time. That is a real mover. So if you can jump in on trades there, then go for it. You're going to have a great time. Euro Sterling, I had a sell limit here just in case if it went up close to the gold line. I could trigger into a sell, and yeah, that would have been fantastic as well. Euro Yen, let's have a look. I think Euro Yen was a fairly big loser. So we'll have a look at why it was a loser, and what the heck was I doing wrong. So just drag in all of the trades so they show up on the charts here. Crikey, all of these are bad. All of these are bad. Which goes into individual trade management, right? Like you want to have your individual trade management set up. So this is the dumbest trade of probably the entire evening. These ones are fine, you know. There's nothing really wrong with it. This one is also dumb. So this is dumb and this is dumb. This one is okay, and then this one is fine. Although, and this is something I spoke about yesterday, you've got a lot of red bars down here, you know, leading into it. Again, when you're trading, say, into a pullback, let's try to find somewhere where that actually makes sense. When you're trading into a pullback, like this bar here, right? That's a pullback. So gold line moving down, red line moving down. It jumps below the AO, and then you're coming into somewhere like this, and you're looking for a blue candle pullback, so you can go. It's okay for a little bit of the opposite color, you know. So you jump in on the start of this candle here, and you've got blue, blue, blue. You've got blue and blue here. You've got blue across the top. That's fine for a little bit of blue, but you know, when you're buying and it's just been screaming red for like an hour and a half, this is a really dumb trade. And then as soon as the signal gave me the sell signal, I jumped out of the trade. I closed my buy positions. And really, if we're trading according to these signals, should have opened a sell position up here, right? Bang, there's 20 pips right off the bat there. So, you know, that's a distracted trader. You got to be really wary of being a distracted trader. Yeah, quite disappointing last night actually. And one of my friends said, you know, any day that you make money trading is not a bad day. Well, I sort of have a different standard, and that is I'm not looking at the end of day bottom line profits. I'm looking at what was my performance, what was my thinking, and comparing that against what should have my thinking been. Again, dumb trades, honestly. These are just, this one here is actually quite a good trade. These two buys here are really actually quite good trades. The reason for that is, again, above on the AO here, all screaming blue. Yeah, you get a little red before the pullback, right? But it's not a huge amount, and it's not screaming. Buying at the blue, buying at the gold, and then, you know, as those aggregated trades, that's 13 pips. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Went to sell as soon as I hit that there. Got the sell signal. So yeah, closed out the buys. Didn't look for the pullback, and then even if you sell right on the sell signal, which is like around here, as soon as you get the sell signal, you start selling. You know, you got to put in a stop loss. That's a stop loss of like 25 pips or so, 23 pips up there. And then, you know, it comes down to 28 pips. Euro New Zealand was not my finest hour, that's for sure. Made a substantial amount of losses on that actually. What's that? 320, 420, 550, and then made a $50 profit. So $500 loss just in this area here. You know, and that's the sort of thing where when you're trading, you're looking at, all right, is it threading? You know, do we have? Let's have a look actually. Let's have a look at the higher time frames on this. Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand. Okay, so it's been trending up for the last few days. Look at the 4-hour chart, and been trending up, come down on the gold line, and then the gold line's been pretty flat and choppy. Doesn't mean you can't scalp. See, look at this gold line. This is pretty good actually. This is really what you want to see. This is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days of moving on up. So then if you look at the 15-minute, which is the time frame I'm trading on, you're moving up, and then you can jump in these buys, jump up, and but it's very scalpy. But you can definitely make some pips. All right, sterling Aussie. I'm not going to sort of dwell on the Euro New Zealand too much. I know what happened, what we did wrong there. So yeah, that's all right. Okay, sterling Aussie. So we've got a buy, the buy limit. I wanted to jump in a bit more. Actually, I'll check the buy limit in as well, so you can see what my thinking was throughout the evening. Got a buy signal, and this was absolutely roaring. This doesn't really qualify for a great way to trade, guys. I'll be honest. This qualifies for a great way to trade. Gold line moving up, blue line above the AO, screaming blue. Look for the pullback, jump in, right? 35 pips, easy peasy. Had a buy limit down here just in case if it hit the blue line. Sometimes I like to put a buy limit down on the gold line as well, just in case if it comes all the way back and hits the gold line. And you can scalp that. That's, and you're going to be staying in these trades for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you can make substantial money on them. But this one was not my finest moment, to be honest. But yeah, we saw, I think it was, I saw sterling just absolutely screaming. So I thought, okay, well, we'll jump on that, right? Why not? Sterling Swiss. So all those sterling trades actually made me $320, $330, so they're fine. Sterling Swiss, managed to jump on the sterling Swiss. Got a call to buy pretty early. Way back here, we're above the AO. All these are screaming blue. This is something that Nelson teaches as well, is when you've got screaming blue and you close above the gold line, then feel free to take the trade once you close above the gold line. If you're feeling brave, you go blue and you can trade the reversion, right, which is a pullback. So there's, generally speaking, and this is like a concept called reversion to the mean, but reversion to the mean essentially says that when you have a strong enough impulse up, the impulse down will come to the mean, and so this is a exponential moving average. So yeah, there is definitely a lot of mean reversion going on there, and when you get strong impulses, like this is a very strong impulse, when you get strong impulses in one direction, you're generally going to have a pullback, and so that's what we trade. This pullback here is a great trade. See, this is also another great way to trade. You've still got blue down the bottom here, see what I mean? And you come into the pullback and you hit this, you've got red, red, and red, and when you're hitting those reds and you're coming closer and closer to the blue line, you want to pull the trigger. But it's hard to get that entry. That's why I stagger my entries and I go, all right, I have my enough is enough trade, which is that. I have my blue line trade, which is that. And then I have my gold line trade, which is that. So, but yeah, sterling Swiss, that one made $480. So, really, that's a trade that kept us above water. Man. You can see I wasn't overly indecisive as to what direction I was going last night. But yeah, sterling yen, again, just stay in the trade. Just stay in the trade, Sean. 11:30. What is this? 11 plus 7. That's 6:30. Oh, I went to the gym with a friend. I had to go to the gym. So this is why trading with your lifestyle is great, because you need to go to the gym so you close your trades in a aggregate profit. It's whatever. Should you be trading if you need to like duck out in the next 30 minutes? Probably not, right? But that's what I was doing last night. Like I said, last night was very distracted. It was not a great trading session. So again, but you can see the story that's going on here, guys. Buying sterling and buying euro and then shorting the euro against the sterling. So, all right, sterling New Zealand, got a buy in here, came back into the pullback. Again, great way to trade it. Well, I'm pretty happy with this trade, honestly. What time was this? This was 11 o'clock, so that's 6 p.m. I think I actually closed this while I was at the gym. I was like resting between sets. I was like, I'll check in and see what's going on. Close it out. Yeah, I wasn't too fussed. Sterling dollar. Oof. Let's see what happened here. And I got a sell limit on sterling dollar as well. So here's the sell limit. This was choppy. But gold line moving down, below the AO, flashing red, this triggers red. Ideally you get in at the red line or the gold line. I jumped in, could have jumped in for more, but didn't end up doing it. Again, another beautiful impulse down. Yeah. So, lessons from yesterday. Trading distracted is rough. Trading like an idiot is even rougher. Having patience to time the entries, that is the key. I mean, you guys can see down here, there's plenty of instruments to choose from, you know, a whole bunch of cross pairs, really not any exotics, but just a whole lot of major crosses, you know, sterling Swiss, sterling Aussie, sterling New Zealand, I wouldn't consider that a major cross, Euro Aussie, you know, Euro Yen, these are Euro Sterling, I mean, that's a class, sterling dollar with the cable, Euro dollar with the fiber, those are all fantastic pairs to trade, and you're not going to get any crazy movement like you would with you know, trading the lira or something like that. So I think with what I learned yesterday was just be patient on the entry, set yourself some time, 2.5, 3 hours, where you know you're not going to be at the gym for an hour and a half or so. You know, you can be at your computer, you can check on things in a proper terminal setting, like what this is here, like a proper terminal, as opposed to just remote desktoping in with your phone, you know what I mean, to close trades while you're partway through sets, and actually being able to manage the trades. And but yeah, I mean, I'm really liking the system so far. Even being a horribly undisciplined trader, was able to make at least a little bit of profit. But as far as my individual performance went, yeah, not happy. Shouldn't have traded yesterday. Had more important things to do. So you pay for it with a 0.23% gain. It is what it is, guys. Anyways, I'll be trading tonight, I believe. Yeah, have a crack trading tonight from around 8 p.m. Aussie time. So that's 3 hours pre New York Open. So we'll do that and see how we go. Should be fun. All right. Till tomorrow.